Welcome to part 2 of the video with Healthy Mom and Healthy Dad. Here is what we talked about previously.
I was 234 pounds. I'm about 178, 179 now and holding steady.
I started in the plant-based lifestyle when my cholesterol was quite high and have successfully maintained eating plant-based only foods, no meat and dairy since then.
And now let's get into this part of the video. Hello my honeys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Emmie. I'm a nutritionist and the creator of the Slim on Starch program where you work with me as well as a mindset coach and a nutrition coach to lose weight on a plant-based diet. Go to healthyemmie.org and apply to work with me. What were some of the bad habits that you've let go of?
How long is this video? When I was working nights, peanut butter crackers and Diet Coke and hot fudge sundaes.
Yeah, we used to buy ice cream.
Oh,
we'd have
cookies.
Turkey Hill ice
Turkey
cream.
Hill,
Yeah.
chocolate chip.
We ate everything you could think of.
Burgers and dogs.
Right, Chinese sausages,
Ooh.
meat. I think of what we used to eat is 180 from what we're eating now.
So mom used to work the night shift as a nurse and then you moved to the 3 to 11 shift, and I remember I could hear you come home and it would be midnight and I could hear like the bowl of cereal being poured.
Right. Life cereal, any kind of cereal, milk.
But, even back then, one thing we didn't do, we were never a drive-through at McDonald's or Burger
not
King,
that much.
and we wouldn't, we just like, oh, we're not eating that stuff.
I think the bad habits, you didn't realize that they were bad habits.
No, we were just eating.
Yeah.
And we
Because
weren't.
it's what you're educated to, what you're brought up on, that this is what people do.
Right.
Well, look at those people eating carrots. They're weird.
I remember you saying, Dad, you would drink milk and you hated it, but you drank it because you
I
were
thought I was supposed to.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I remember once I made my New Year's resolution when I was 15. I said I'm going to start drinking milk every day.
Does the body good. Yeah. Right.
Because I didn't want to drink it.
Right.
Are there any other areas of your lives that have changed since making the switch?
Doing what we think or we know is right and letting other people judge us. If they want to judge us, fine. If they don't want to judge us, that's great too. But we don't judge them, to try to sit there and convince these people that you should be doing this and you should be doing that. There's certain things, as you well know, there's certain things that I think you should be doing, like saving for your retirement, everybody. And
I knew it was going to sneak in here somehow.
Social Security's gone, and this thing is, this is in the YouTube attic. Remember that guy? You should have listened to him.
On that note, I hear people say, I don't want to do this because I don't want people to think this about me. It's interesting that we think that we can control how people think of us.
You cannot.
No matter what you do, people are going to think what they're going to think. We can't control it. So do whatever you want to do.
It is one of the great things about getting older is that you don't care that much about that anymore. My advice is don't wait till you get older. Just start now.
Jennifer says, Mom, how do you get through your long shifts at the hospital? We know, she's a nurse as well, we know there is no time to stop and eat when you're running at work. That's my biggest struggle.
Right. That always cracks me up. We're supposed to have a 30-minute uninterrupted break and leave the floor. The key for me is to always be prepared. Since I started this tradition fully, I am never not prepared for work. I never go to work without a breakfast and lunch because I work 7 to 3. So I stop at 9. I don't sit down for half an hour. It probably is 5 or 10 minutes to eat breakfast, but I always have prepared foods. I don't go anywhere near that cafeteria.
Never, ever go to work unprepared. You don't know if you're gonna have to stay late, if there's gonna be traffic on the way home. When I was a teacher in my desk, I had all the McDougal's soups lined up in my desk, and I had dry oatmeal in my desk as well. And I called it emergency food because you never know when you're gonna need it. Do either of you miss your old way of eating? You can be honest.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, we make great stuff.
And I'll be honest, the only times that are difficult for me are holidays, because we have people who are non-plant eaters, and there's that whole tradition surrounding holidays. But it gets a little bit easier. As I came into work the other day and Janet was talking about how they got a Fields roast. I'm like, you don't even eat. She goes, I know, but a lot of people don't eat meat.
Just because you love pizza and chicken nuggets and whatever doesn't mean you're gonna hate all of the other stuff. Just because one way works doesn't mean that another way doesn't work. And that's what I hear from clients over and over and over again. They go, I love this food just as much as I love the other stuff. And then what I also hear clients say is when they go back and they have something that they used to eat, they always say it's not as good as I remember it being. What has been the biggest obstacle with maintaining this lifestyle? You guys make it look so easy.
Yeah.
Well, we've been at it for years now. One of the things that people talk about, I don't have time to do this kind of stuff. Well, 2 or 3 days a week, the meals that I make are 2-night meals. We're having leftovers tonight, and guess what? We're going to fight over it.
It's always better
Now, there's
the
a
next
visual.
day.
That's always the excuse. There's plenty of excuses. I can do whatever I want today because I know it comes up a time. It's already there.
I think putting yourself in bad situations and having the wrong things in front of you can be bad. Things that you can pick at parties, work, wherever, bowls of food. All of a sudden you're like, oh my God, what am I doing?
People, places, and things.
We've probably got an artillery of 14 or 15 different meals, and some of them we have every single week, which is okay. But then with timing of what we are doing, or is Lisa working or not working, or are we going somewhere? And we know all this stuff in advance, so we're never really caught, caught short-handed. We have tofu in the refrigerator. We've got cans of beans. We've got heads of lettuce. I've now got my prebiotics cooking away.
Yeah.
Oh,
actually in
nice.
the fridge, yeah. Red cabbage and onions. Can't wait. Week from Monday.
Oh, I'm excited too.
Yep.
The recurring theme here that I've noticed is that this isn't a big deal, which a lot of people think that it is. It's just the foods that you're eating are very basic, and just like every other household does, we eat the same 14 or 15 meals, just like in a standard American house. When we were a standard American family, we would have chicken and rice, or we'd have ziti and meatballs, and it's the same thing. It's just that we've replaced it with other meals. All right, the next question is about food and a little bit about exercise. So Suze says,
Meow.
they have a cat named Susie. Who does the cooking?
Well, even when I worked, if I had a day off or on the weekends, I always cooked because I like to cook. I do it and I like doing it. And it's funny, everything with me, as you know, is on the timer. 15 minutes this, 10 minutes that, and it just keeps me.
Tim's numbers mindset.
It just keeps me.
That's what he does. I always say you've come in at the end of the movie. So all those years before, I was the primary.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
You're back when I eating that other stuff.
I haven't heard any complaints there.
on Thanksgiving when Mom made everything, Dad, you were like, cook for the first time in 25 years and you're exhausted.
Please.
Mom cooked for us all through growing up. It wasn't until Dad moved into retirement.
Well, if you wanted to wait till 7:30 at night when I got home.
What are each of your favorite meals? I feel like I could guess.
I really look forward to veggie burgers.
Yeah, I
I love veggie burgers and fries. Tofu ginger, eggplant.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. And Mexi is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. See me, Mexi number one.
Yeah, and Dad makes the soup on the weekends that I work.
Mexican stew.
Yeah, it's
not your favorite.
Yeah, but Mom likes like nice big, throwing the rice and the hummus in there.
Yeah.
It's like right up your alley.
Yeah, great winter thing to come home to from work.
Dad, Mexi?
Mexi, I'd say Mexi number one. And again, I pretty much have it every other weekend.
Yeah.
It's funny because our niece they have it every Tuesday.
Who?
But
Taco Tuesday,
Victoria.
Victoria.
Oh,
they
really?
have Taco Tuesday, but we do it every other weekend for 2 nights. And we had to strategically do it because we have it 2 nights in a row. Once in a while it might be Friday, Sunday if something's going on Saturday. Ironically, something was going on Saturday, and that's what we
That's what's going on.
So what did you have this past Friday night?
Lisa, actually,
yeah,
for the second time in 2021.
Whoa!
Wow. Did you see it on the news?
And it was like a beef stew without the beef.
Oh, the beefless stew?
It was that mushroom bourguignon.
Yeah.
And it was good. And I had 2 bowls of it.
I did some history research, and the term creature of habit was not invented until January 18th, 1958. When Dad was
Yeah,
born.
that's right.
Because-
Because they said, here we got a guy, we got a person we can attach this to.
He is the
Good
biggest
habits.
creature of habit. It's amazing.
And they're all good habits now. All the bad habits are gone.
You give me a day of the week and a time of day, and I can tell you what he's doing. They are so regimented with what's eaten on each day, and we talk about that in a separate video that I'll link below. That I said, wait a minute, what did you have on Friday if you didn't have Mexi on Friday? Because it's that planned out. What salad dressings do you use? Do you make your own? Do you have recipes?
You have a funny story about that.
Yes. And I think we talked about that before,
Yeah.
but we have a convert.
Yeah.
I buy balsamic vinegar in a container. It's about 1/3 balsamic vinegar, almost 2/3 water, a little bit of liquid aminos, and a little bit of Goya hot sauce, and that's it.
Before that, I was using the Whole Foods oil-free that's in the produce section.
The sesame ginger.
But I can't find that anymore, but the fig balsamic.
Oh, yeah.
And I ran out one night. There was nothing else to have. So I had what Dad makes. I'm like, God, this is really good.
It's good,
so
and
I
it's
use it all the
something.
time
It's
now.
something we don't tire of it. It doesn't
It has a
bowl.
good
It doesn't
flavor.
bowl us over. And I don't know if you've ever done any research on vinegar or not. I'm one of those people. I'm convinced that vinegar is something that's very good for you. So the answer is yeah, we do, and we have a keeper.
Yeah.
This is just a comment from Sarah. She said, I really loved hearing your dad talk about what they ate each day of the week. It gave me some great ideas for meal planning and recipes.
Come on over.
What do you do when you're really craving a non-compliant food?
Personally, I first do the question and answer that Emily taught me, and then I have stuff prepared in the fridge. I go for that first.
Yeah.
There really is nothing
Yeah.
in our cabinet other than maybe some peanut butter and crackers is about as bad as you're going to get.
Yeah, look for something compliant instead.
Replace, don't restrict.
Yeah, it's nice when Ty comes home with bags of oranges or apples.
If you have people in your house that don't eat this way, put it in cabinets. Put it in cabinets that you can't reach. Put it away. If it's right out on the table, you're going to eat it. And studies
Definitely.
show that the average BMI in households where they have a fruit bowl on the center island in the kitchen or in the dining room is lower. So if you put the fruit out, you're going to weigh less on
Right,
average.
right.
What are each of your workout routines?
I do meditation in the morning, and then yoga, and then I walk.
I'm seasonally based. Golf season is now over. During golf season, my goal is to play golf every morning early, say
And he means early.
6:30 or so. Our course opens when the sun is up. You can play. And then, depending upon the day, and I'll tell a funny story, I will either go from the golf course to the local Y to either swim or work out. And I do take Sundays off, and when I work on Tuesdays, it's a little tricky to do either. But one day over the summer after golfing, I changed into my workout clothes and went directly to the Y, and had a funny feeling when I was pulling out of the Y and reached behind me in my truck, and my golf clubs weren't in the back of my truck, because I was in a hurry to change to get to the Y, left my golf clubs in the parking lot of the golf course, went back sheepishly, and of course the guys had put them in the shed, and when I went to the third hole and needed to hit my 9-iron, found out that I had not only left my clubs in the parking lot of the golf course, I backed over them on the way up. So it cost me $66 for backing over my clubs to get a new shaft on my 9-iron. My game went downhill from there.
How much cheating happens with non-vegan foods?
If there's cheating involved with me, it's because I'm not home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
at home, it's just not there.
It's not there.
Yeah. And I don't consider it cheating. I think that's that's an emotionally
Yeah.
charged word.
Yeah,
I ask
true.
people to eat with intention, not compulsion. And it sounds like I know that you guys only eat these foods with intention when you feel as though it's appropriate.
Right.
Social situations is the next topic.
Hey.